All meetings of the Select Board are meetings in the public, not of the public. Members of the public must be acknowledged by the chair before speaking and state their name for the record. I will call the meeting to order and approve or edit the agenda.
So the agenda, I wrote 8:15 minutes, but I should have written 9:15 minutes. And just so you know, at the bottom, I made a mistake. I was looking to Deborah's off again.
Approved as written with the 9 instead of the 8.
Sorry, thanks.
Second.
All those in favor? All right, our appointments tonight are the Select Board will interview Deborah Gilson, Vandergak, and Joe Strain in public session for the balance of the one-year vacant Select Board seat. The appointed person will serve until the March 26th town meeting election.
So yeah, so just so everybody knows, this is, I can't remember now if this has been through this 2-year seat or whatever, but anyway, so your appointment will be just to, you'll have to run. And because Bethel now does it via Australian ballot, you have to get a petition, you have to put in your, this will apply to Ben and to Denise too. You fill out a consent of candidate form, which is how you want your name to show up on the ballot. You have to get your petition with so many signatures, which Pam can tell you, and then your name will get on the ballot, and then.
Way you go.
Yeah, so just so everybody knows, that's the process.
Okay.
So do we only have Joe tonight?
No, we
Joe-
have Deborah
Is on,
and I don't know where Vander is. He didn't mention not coming. Maybe he'll be here shortly. And Deborah's on the phone, on Zoom.
All right.
all right. Does the board have any questions for our candidates?
You should pick who you want to start with, and
Yeah.
then, you could talk to him a little bit, and then you'll do the same thing you've done when you did Ben and when you did Brian, is talk to each one of them individually, ask them any questions, and then you can go in executive session and hammer it out.
So you have to help me, because we asked the others to not be present when we're asking questions.
Nope, they all sat here because you did all in open session.
Okay.
So you did, there's Vander.
Yeah.
So if you want to start with Deborah, she's on the phone, she's the first one on the agenda,
Yeah.
name listed, so.
Oh, can you
I
hear me?
think so. Can you hear me,
Yes,
Deborah?
Yes, can you hear me?
Oh, yes,
Yep.
perfectly. Thank you.
Oh, great, thank you so much.
Okay.
I thought I heard you say that someone had a question.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear that. Someone had a
We,
what?
we have a question.
Oh, yeah, they might. Yeah, hang on one second. I think you're going to go first.
Okay.
I have a couple of questions written down. I have a couple I figure I'd ask all the candidates.
Yep.
So I'll start with, have you happened to review the Vermont Select Board Handbook?
Yes, I have.
Is there anything in there that you have questions about, or do you understand the responsibilities for this position?
I do understand the responsibilities, and I, obviously read it, but I'm sure, if I was to be part of the select board, I may need to ask questions or, have somebody that has more experience help a little bit in certain areas.
That's understandable.
Absolutely.
And I did notice you had some board experience on some professional boards. I don't know if you wanted to share about any of that experience and how it might impact your commitment here.
Well, I have served on a number of boards, but I think the one that I am most proud of was the board called Learning Ally, which was an organization, nonprofit, that was created to bring audiobooks to people who were blind and dyslexic. And so I got to serve on the board. And what was very interesting about that position is I was able to use my business skills. They had just lost all their federal funding, so they needed to shift the business to being self-funded. And so it was an interesting time to be on the board and be able to help them, do that. And so I had a great experience, and I felt like I was able to really contribute a lot.
else have any questions?
Speak in your mic so she can hear you.
I want to write this up. Think about it.
Okay.
Is there anything you want to share or hope to achieve?
I thought it might be nice for you guys to just know a little bit about my thought process in wanting to, and, submitting my letter of interest. I wasn't raised in Bethel, but I've lived here for a long time. I've recently transitioned here full time, and I really want to just contribute to the community in a way that is helpful and meaningful, and be able to lend my expertise. I've worked, doing some pretty fun stuff, in business, and I think that a lot of it could be helpful to the town or to the board. And that's my motivation, is just to be helpful.
Jill, do you have any goals for being on the board?
Deborah,
I'm sorry.
that's okay. A lot of people make that mistake. Um, do I have any goals for being on the board?
Correct.
Yes, I do have some goals for being on the board. I'd like to really be able to assist the town management in ways that they may need help. I'd like to be able to be, an ear in the community, and I think that's very important for the position, so that people feel represented. So that's one of my biggest goals.
Thank you. And where did you find the select board handbook?
I found it on the Bethel website and the state's website.
Okay, thank you.
She had a lot of information in the packet, so.
Yeah, she did.
It didn't leave much to wonder.
Okay.
Are you familiar with like Excel and budgets and?
Yes, I'm very familiar with that. And I kind of thought like that sort of stuff could be very helpful for the board too, the administrative piece.
Yeah.
Any other questions for Deborah?
Not right now.
Right now?
We're good.
If you think of something, you can always go back.
Yeah.
Should I stay on mute and just wait if you're gonna have any more questions? Or,
Yeah, that would be a good idea.
okay, great. And then I kind of understood the beginning part, but it was silent for a moment and it went back silent again. Is it that, you go through I am assuming the other candidates are there in the room, and
Correct.
you go through their information, and then at the end, it gets discussed openly, or it's closed door after that point?
We go into executive session,
Great, okay.
closed door.
But then you make your decision in open session.
And then we make, yes, and we come back and make our decision in open session.
Okay, terrific. Thank you.
Yeah. It's in the handbook. All right, the next letter we had was Vander.
Hi, Vander. No, you're fine. You can stay sitting.
I'll take off the bag.
There you go.
All right, one of the questions Ben had for Deborah was, have you reviewed the select board handbook?
When I joined the energy committee, but it's been a while since I've looked at it.
Okay.
It sounds like you've had some experience on other boards and you
Yeah.
sort of understand the meeting flow and what's really sort of decided at these meetings.
Yeah, Robert's Rules of Order. I was a city county reporter for a long time, so I've worked kind of in that, being in a meeting, looking at it as a thing that comes as a source of action items, trying to be the neutral party in those things as a reporter. So, yeah, familiar with the flow thing, Robert's Rules of Order, all that kind of stuff. And also, just yeah, making sure that you're meeting the needs of the people who come in, and if somebody makes the time to come to a select board meeting, any type of meeting, it's because they need something that they want to have addressed, so really trying to be sensitive to people who are taking time out of their busy day to be here.
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
So Vandra, and I'm not sure, I don't think I said this in the email, but you probably are aware of this. You realize if you're chosen, you won't be the chair of the energy committee anymore. You'd be an ex officio member, so you can still go and participate, but you just can't vote. In case they had to vote later on something, you'd be voting as a select board, but you can still go and all that. I'm not sure, I don't think I said that in your email, and I didn't think of it at the time.
That is, I'm really happy with the work that we've been able to do, and I think I'd be able to continue to work in an ex officio capacity. And
Yeah, that's the only thing, you just
Yeah.
can't vote. I don't know how much voting you do anyways, but just so you know, that was it. So I apologize, I should have said that in your email, so.
Another common question would be, what do you hope to achieve? Do you have any specific goals?
I'm really excited that there are other people, I wanted to make sure that there's always somebody doing things when there's a call out for things that I figure, oh, it's good to offer. I had thought of I'd like to continue to see support for resilient strategies in the area. I think that there are some things that I was disappointed with the way that the regional energy coordinator position kind of fell apart. And I think that one of the things that I would try to be bringing to those conversations is that just being willing to be a leader, have Bethel be a leader in the region when there are projects like that come up. And I think that it's just, there was a lot of cold feet that happened that wasn't on the part of Bethel, but because we needed all of the other communities to work with us, we kind of ended up adrift. And so I think there's some opportunities there. And like I said, when somebody comes into a meeting and they need something addressed, if somebody comes up to you and as a, and says, hey, I'm a resident, I'm trying to get help on this, I think that's really where kind of select board members and fall in and saying, all right, let's help you get through this. Let's figure out if it's not that, maybe it's a state level. Let's make sure we get you talking to the right person and get your problem addressed. And yeah.
Awesome. Thank you.
All very similar questions. Do you have any experience with Excel and budgets and?
Yep, I have. So I've got experience with Excel budgets. I'm on the Vermont Production Collective, so I've been working at the state level for doing business support for theaters, filmmakers, moviegoers. And I've served on historic district commissions in the past, so I'm familiar with how to kind of make sure that we are meeting the requirements set for us on a state or federal level for any decisions.
It'll come to you later.
Hopefully as usual.
I'm sorry.
All right. Any other questions for Vander?
Is there anything you wanted to share with us other than what we asked about?
I got, historic districts, the VPC, good at identifying those key performance indicators, and working as somebody who does a lot of grants at the regional level, just, really defining what's a good action item, what are people doing coming out of a meeting. I think we've done a really good job on the Energy Committee of keeping our meetings short. I think that's it's great to hang out and to talk with people, but I think when you're coming together for a meeting, it's nice to keep the action items moving, keep the agenda going, and then say, all right, what are we doing while we're not here to make sure that when next time that we come in here that we're getting progress and seeing things happen.
I like what you said about keeping the meeting short.
That's it. That's the theme of this board.
Figure it out.
You good, Dave, Jordan?
Yeah.
All right, now we move on to Joe Strain.
Last but not least, it just happened to be the way I wrote it.
No worries.
You're
I
here.
got a preview, so.
That's right.
Yeah, you've come to several select board meetings over the last couple of years.
He got to hear all the questions too, so he's like, all right, he's ready.
All right, have you had a chance to review or look at the select board?
I have.
All right. Were there any questions in there? I mean, there's a lot to absorb and,
There is a lot to absorb. I feel fairly confident in my ability to fulfill the responsibilities necessary to work as select board.
Can I ask him a question?
yeah,
Just, obviously, I know you're an attorney.
Yep.
So seems like you have a lot of experience. Have you ever done municipal law, or are you more of a criminal, civil?
So.
If you
I'm
don't
a
mind
tri-
me asking.
No, that's fine. I'm a trial lawyer.
Yeah,
So I have not done municipal law in
that's fine.
particular.
We have a lawyer, we have a town attorney, but you've contract law, that type of stuff?
Oh, yeah, tons of contract law. It's very important to my civil practice that I'm in at the moment.
Yeah,
I'll give you a little bit of background,
Yeah.
just in terms of how I came to the law. So I started off, I was born and raised in Columbus, Ohio. My family was very much into outdoor activities. I hiked the Appalachian Trail, walked into Vermont and fell in love with it. So the next year, starting in 2016, I attended Vermont Law School, where I graduated magna cum laude. I was an editor of the Law Review. During that time, I interned for both the Rutland and Chittenden County State's Attorney's offices, as well as the Vermont Supreme Court. Following law school graduation, I worked for primarily public defense contractor in White River Junction, protecting the equal protection as well as due process rights of Vermonters accused of crimes all up and down the scale. Fairly recently, I transferred my practice to a civil law firm based out of Burlington and handle primarily civil disputes at this point, so lawsuits.
so when I'm ripping my hair out about a contract, you have information.
I got named.
When Teresa's getting really mad, yeah, that's good, I was just curious, but thank you, I wasn't sure.
have you been on other boards and committees before?
Yeah, so when I lived in Montpelier, I was a member of the Historic Preservation Commission for, I want to say, 3 years. It was during COVID, so it was all kind of a blur after a while. I am also currently involved in multiple attorney nonprofits. I'm the president of the Vermont Association of Criminal Defense Lawyers, Windsor County Law, Vermont Bar Association.
And what was your interest with the Bethel municipal government? You kind of expressed that in here a little bit, but.
Yeah,
expand
so
on that.
I have lived in Vermont for almost 10 years. We purchased a home in Bethel about 2 years ago where I currently live with my daughter. I have regularly attended select board meetings. I feel that I have a skill set to contribute. So I think that, making the town the safest and best place to grow up I possibly can on behalf of my daughter is something that's really important to me. And being able to contribute to municipal government and to our town in general, I think is a value that I really want to pass on to my child. So I'm committed to doing whatever I can in order to help them.
Yeah. And you were involved a lot with the Bethel Community Conversations?
I was. I spoke during one of those to help inform the town in terms of the process of criminal justice. I also attended a lot of select board meetings, as you mentioned.
Yes.
And have occasionally been vocal, as I'm sure you remember. But I look forward to contributing in terms of the decision making rather than just being a commenter on the process.
I think I got my question.
All right,
All right.
And I'm gonna ask the question and we'll go back each.
Yep.
I'm sure that you're all aware of, over the last 2-3 years, the issues we've had with our fire department. And I guess my question is, do you feel that you have thick enough skin to sit here and take the, for lack of a better word, harassment that you'll receive?
Where do you want to start?
Let's start with,
I think that's a yes or no question, right?
well, you might want to explain it.
I'm just teasing, Dave.
Start with
Deborah?
Start around.
Deborah? Hello?
Did you hear me?
Yes.
Did you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you perfectly.
Did you hear my question?
No, I did not.
Okay. In the past 3 years, we've had issues with a department, a fire department, and it was quite, what's the word?
Rambunctious?
Difficult?
Difficult, rambunctious, strifeful, all those things. So my question is, how do you feel that you have thick enough skin to sit here and take the kind of comments that we had to receive?
I definitely think I could do that. I, spent the last 35 years working in New York City in business on Wall Street with incredibly difficult clients, competitors, and employees. And I feel like I have very thick skin. And I can also work in a way that's very communicative and also positive at the same time.
Okay, thank you. Xander.
Yeah, I'd say so. I run the comedy show at the Art Center. I've been doing stand-up, I'm familiar with hecklers. And
These are a little more.
A little more pointed.
they're a little more points, and I've seen a lot of angry people at meetings before, and that is, there's being thick-skinned and also, making sure people still feel heard. If somebody's angry, I got I'm excited about it, but like sometimes when she's mad, she's screaming, and she's just screaming because she doesn't know how to communicate any better than that, and that's what she's been resorted to, and so I just feel like, yeah, sometimes when somebody's coming and they're being abusive at a thing, they're not mad at me as an individual. They are upset with what they feel is the system, and they're gonna come and complain to people who are just trying to make the community a little better. But it's because they're hurt, and they're, if there's something that's really bothering them, and they just, if they need to vent it, we gotta make space for that to happen somewhere. And it can, pardon my language, it can suck that it's happening at a government meeting when it should be happening more over kitchen tables and stuff like that. But yeah, you gotta have thick skin. It's definitely a part of it.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
I'm a former criminal offender.
Good point.
So yes.
Yeah, because some of it was the meeting itself, but there was, what was it, a week or so in between with all the stuff that was on social media and everywhere. It wasn't, it culminated at that meeting with,
But it was longer than a week. 'Cause we
it,
didn't
yeah,
have-
it was going on
And it
before
was
the
the
meeting.
grocery store, it was.
It didn't matter where
wherever
we
you
were.
going.
If they knew we were on the select board, it was, a tug of the ear.
Hopefully it won't be happening again soon.
Yes,
No.
yes,
But it is part of the job.
it is.
Good question.
Yep.
Fortunately.
Big scheme. Any more questions from the board? Okay, have a motion.
I move to go into executive session to discuss the appointment of a public officer.
Second.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
And where'd you go?
Public session.
All in favor? Aye. Okay. Well, as you can tell, we were down there for a little while, and we came to a stalemate. So at this point, what would happen is Therese will put the ad back out there, and we hope that you folks come back, and we will try this again. And that's,
Could you tell me what that means? It means that you couldn't come to a consensus? Is that what that means?
correct, we didn't come to a consensus.
Okay, and that's now I'm gonna have to refer to the bylaws, but what do the bylaws say the process is?
So this isn't governed by a bylaw, this would be governed by state statute.
Yes,
So-
I'm sorry, yes.
Yeah, so the select board has the right to appoint, but since there's only 4 members and they couldn't come to a majority decision, we'll repost it. They're gonna have to re-interview either how many of you reapply or any new candidates that come along. And maybe they'll also have to think about the questions that they didn't ask, that maybe they want to ask later, that would help them make a decision. So
And does this give us the opportunity to meet with the applicants too? Technically?
Well, you can have a conversation with anybody
Right.
you want.
Yes.
Certainly, but you can't, and as a select board, you have to do it just the way you did it again tonight.
Right, no, but I'm saying that now, outside of here,
Yeah, sure, you're still a resident.
We
You're
can-
not- You would be having a conversation with a resident. You're a regular citizen, they're a
Yeah.
citizen. You'd not be having a conversation with them as a select board member, because there wouldn't be a quorum and it wouldn't be
but I
warned.
think
Yeah.
between that, running the ad, I think it would all be very helpful to have a little more time.
Sure, absolutely. So Deborah, I'll run the ad again, and then if you are still interested, just let me know you're still interested.
Did is the process formal and we have to each resubmit our packages again?
No, if you just sent me an email and let me know you want to stay in the running, then that's fine. That's totally fine, because the rest of your information isn't going to change, so that's not a problem. No?
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. So yeah, so if you're still interested, just send me an email, let me know you're still interested, and the information's there, and in the meantime, like I said, the select board can, whatever, think about if they have more questions, they want to ask somebody, and we'll set up a time to do it again. So it'll be at least 2 weeks, because I have to run the ad again, and so you want to do it again, we'll decide. They'll let me know. 2 weeks or a month. So there's no set time, it just says, in the statute, it just says the select board shall appoint, so. That's all, there's no like hard and fast deadline.
Yeah, so if you still want to do it after going through all this, then.
Come on back.
Then you are a glutton for punishment, and you definitely should come back, so you would definitely fit in the mix.
And thank you for coming.
Thank you for all
Yeah,
your time.
appreciate all you.
Sorry to make you wait.
Yeah.
Thank you. Good night.
Good night, take care. Okay,
All right,
you moving on?
moving on.
Ellie.
All right, next up is Ellie Griffin, Rec Committee, request for ongoing fundraising campaign with returned cans and bottles to Bob's M&M Redemption Center in Randolph.
So I'll stand.
Sure,
Yep.
that's fine, they're tall, it's understandable.
Yeah, I'll stand. So many years ago, can't remember when we started working on the skateboard park, we needed to do major fundraising, so we worked it out with Bob's Redemption Center to do, that anybody that wanted to support us, bring in their cans and bottles, and then it would accumulate, and then we would go pick up the money and then turn it into the town. So we got the skateboard park done, we decided, and we didn't need that fundraiser anymore, so we stopped it in June of 2024. Now we know we need to start thinking about fundraising, we need to, because we need, courts at the center and a variety of courts, and so we have been talking about how that we need to start fundraising for that. So we figured that we would go back to that was our most successful fundraising. And we would go back to that. So that's why I put in to come and talk to you about that. Unfortunately, I almost canceled, but I thought maybe I shouldn't cancel tonight's appearance because I just found out yesterday that Bob is not doing that anymore. And I just found that out. But he is still taking cans and bottles. So, I know that our next meeting, October 1st, we want to see if we can do bottle drives, or maybe a couple before January.
Sure.
So,
So basically, you want to change your request to just,
Right.
you want to do a couple bottle drives?
right.
Okay, have you talked to Bob yourself?
No, Lindsay she's the communicator.
Okay, because I
So-
talked to Bob last week
Did
after
you?
I saw signs up that said no more donations, no more bottle drives.
Oh, did that say?
Because he can't, I was there a week or so ago
Okay.
with bottles, like on a Wednesday, and nobody was there. I talked to Bob, and he said, call before you come, because I can't keep help that stays every day. And then I went back another day, and I said, are you doing any bottle drives? I know you're not doing donations, because a friend of mine used to leave all the bottles for the Cat Society, whatever it was. And he said, absolutely no bottle drives. He said, I never know when my help is coming, when they're gonna be here. And he also had to sign something about no more than $30 worth of bottles at a time.
Oh.
But that you should still have Lindsay call, because he was absolutely no bottle drives. He said, I don't know when my helper is gonna be here.
Is there another place?
That is good to know, and I'm so glad you did that, because Lindsay did say that she talked to the helper, the guy working, taking in bottles, because she had yesterday took
Yeah.
some bottles, and he didn't know, he didn't say.
No, Bob said, and I said, I know you're not doing donations, but I think there's, people that want to still do bottle drives. He said, absolutely not.
Okay, well,
He said, I can't.
Is there another place around?
There's a couple of places in Barry you can go to. Yeah, in Barry.
We did ours, we brought it to Beverage Baron.
Lebanon.
Yeah, it's in Barry.
It's in Barron?
Yeah.
Yeah, and we took it up, we called just to make sure that we could, but
Okay.
we did that, and then recently, they just got back, I think, $1,900 out of a Connex trailer that they did down at the school,
Okay.
and they filled that. And they brought it somewhere else that gave 6 cents, but I can ask them where that went.
That was, I think, the one in the Irving in South Barry, Jockey Hollow, Irving, on South Barry.
Yeah.
They were doing
Right
6
up.
cents years ago.
Yeah, I think that place in Rutland does it too, though, at the House Center.
So,
Yep.
so where was the place in Barry? What was the address? Do you know?
It's the liquor store in Barry, it's the Beverage Baron, but I can get you that information.
Yeah, okay.
I'll message it over.
Okay, well, I didn't cancel tonight because I thought, well, I'll just come and see if anybody else has information. Because we didn't, Lindsay wasn't able, with the kid that was working there, he didn't have more information, so I thought, well, I'll just come.
Yeah.
But you could, if you chose, you could make a motion to approve to let the Recreation Committee do a bottle drive. I mean, and
Yeah.
then they can sort out the
And you
details.
figure out where you want to bring your bottles.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
all right, thank you, appreciate it.
You need a motion for that?
Yep.
Motion to approve a bottle drive for the rec department.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
I think
If he
he
did,
bought it
he's
from his
still
brother.
managing it.
right?
And the biggest problem is their help doesn't always come in. He was pretty upset that day. He was ready to close the whole part of that.
No help.
All right.
I was gonna say.
All right, do we have any public comment this evening?
I answered questions about chloride while you were gone. You were just, I'm like, what do you want now? It's dry, it's dusty. We talked about chloride.
Oh, okay.
Hopefully we get some rain this week.
Yeah, now it's looking like Thursday's a better chance of rain, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
Need some.
Yeah, all 3
That's up to
days.
90% on Wednesday, Thursday.
Yeah, hopefully it doesn't peter out.
All right, no public comment. We will go into possible reclassification of 2 Class 3 roads to Class 4 roads and 1 Class 3 road to a legal trail.
So I gave you the list. I'm gonna send a letter out to the owners on this property. So Mike Olmsted wants us to do this. He's been asking us to downgrade him to a Class 4 because he does all the maintenance anyways. So Bingham is the one that we just did the bridge on, and that's 0.23 miles that we talk about going from a Class 3 road to a legal trail. And then Bundy, we want to make a Class 3 to a Class 4. These are roads that we have, the road foreman and I. Also, I guess as a road commissioner too, I can say that we have no idea how some of these roads became Class 3. So I gave you a copy of the process because Dave's been through it, Denise, Jordan, weren't you? Yeah, a little bit.
Yep.
So the process is obviously, just like everything else, you're statutorily driven. So you need to go out and you'd need to look at these roads and decide, is it a matter of public good? Like we did on Upper Gilead, we changed you declassified it. Wright Road, we threw up a part of, because whether or not it's really worth it for us to continue to maintain these roads, how much is it gonna cost if they're, need work, and it's statutorily or by case law, we don't actually have to upgrade them before we declassify, but we have in the past always done that, because it's just the right thing to do. So anyways, some of you have been through the process, so I just we need to set a date to go and look at the roads. You remember the process, so we look at the roads, and then you will have a hearing. You go there, scope it all out, come back here, have a hearing. You'll take testimony from the people that live on the road, what their opinion is, and then you're gonna end up weighing that decision against what you decide to do. I did ask Chris Fors, since Brian Wright isn't a part of the Class 2 Road Committee anymore, to take a peek at one of the roads and to see, what his opinion was, if it connected anywhere, that type of thing. So, yes, and it will affect, your state highway aid, of course, if you reduce by, if you reduce the amount of roads, it reduces the amount of state highway aid that you receive. But these are obviously 0.17, 0.23, these are not big roads that we're talking about. So I don't know if you wanna, so we need to set a date anyways for you to go and do your inspection. And I have to give the resident 30 days notice via certified mail. What?
Winter is coming.
I know.
Yeah,
It's true, you can still see them. Yeah, they're also not that far apart, but you could also go and look at them on your own just to get familiar with the road. I did give you a map just so you didn't get lost.
I didn't know how far some of these roads went up into the woods.
No, it's true. So anyways, I don't know, let me look at your October schedule.
Teresa, I may have missed it, but why do we want to reclassify these roads?
Because just the maintenance of these roads is, they're like one person or
So
two
by
people.
downgrading to Class 4, we're not responsible for plowing, or?
Right, exactly. We wouldn't be responsible for plowing on Class 4 roads. You are, you're responsible to keep water off the roads. If there's bridges, that sort of thing. On a Class 4, we still have to maintain, but.
You're not required to put in culverts, so you can do water bars.
Right. Yep.
Bingham
But
is-
like Olmsted is a good example because Mike he used to come to remember him? He used to come to meetings. He did
Yeah.
his, and he maintains. He wants us to downgrade him. He's asked for a while. Bingham, while there's Dana owns land, Joanne owns, I think there's only one actual house on Bingham. That's Dean Loomis. Bundy is just Rita Champion. So some of these houses,
And that's
are,
Penelope
honestly, they're
Bridge.
like driveways. They are driveways. Just like Pinello, $1.2 million bridge to one house.
So
So
I'm just curious, so what led us to come up with these?
road foreman and I have been talking about it, yep. And just talking about roads that are just really a hassle to maintain in the winter, and, you know, the turnarounds and that sort of, because some of these roads weren't designed for our trucks. You know, you're putting 10-wheelers on some of these roads to turn them around. So they're
It's not
just,
that we don't like Dana or anything.
no, it's not that we don't like Dana or Mike Olmsted or anybody else. It's just a matter of
I assume that
them.
wasn't the reason. but,
Yeah, yeah.
thank
Where
you
do we
very-
stand on bridge responsibility once it's a class 4?
You're still gonna be responsible for a bridge.
You did that, and then when Randolph,
Spooner.
Spooner.
Yep, I did Spooner. Yeah, I just did a little maintenance on Spooner. But yeah, you're still gonna be responsible. But it's the day-to-day, you know, plowing and gravel and ditching.
Stephenson Road isn't on here.
Because you also have a couple of roads where you have a couple of folks on those that, and you're only gonna be able to hit so many in the fall, but that may not have the ability to maintain the road. A couple of these roads that we didn't put on here, they just shoveled out their driveway. I don't think they're going to be able to take on the responsibility of plowing their driveway. Also, you need to listen to them, because when they bought their class 3 roads, so obviously these people have, you know, are gonna have a strong opinion about whether or not they can take on the financial responsibility of maintaining that road or plowing that road. And there's a couple that we did talk about that
They're just driveways.
exactly, but that's what we talked about. So, and also too, timing, the fall, how many you're gonna get to. And so anyways, so yeah, so I have to give 30-day notice to people. But you can go take a peek at them on your own, so you know where they are and a little more well-versed in it. So your select board meetings for October are the 13th and the 27th. So we could, I don't know if you're gonna wanna do a special meeting. I think we did a special meeting for Wright Road in Upper Gilead, right?
Yes.
So what's everybody's, oh, Ben can't. Ben's gonna be busy the end of October, right? You said you're gonna be out of
The very
state.
end, yeah, the last week.
Well, should we look sooner than later?
Well, but we have to give 30-day notice to the residents.
Oh, okay.
That's my point. But yeah, Ben's gonna be out of the running, so that just leaves 3 of you.
Well, I'm not very high on going up after the second Saturday in November either.
Okay. So do you wanna we could also table this until spring. And then AJ and I can go check all these roads out together, come up with an estimate and that sort of thing. So I don't have a problem doing that. We've just been talking about doing it, so it was something that AJ and I were like, you know,
What do
we've
you
both
think?
been.
Yeah, table it till spring.
Okay, so what we'll do in the meantime
it
is,
gets-
I can still reach out to these folks and let them know that we're considering that, so that they have some preparation, they can think about it. And then we can do the official notice in the spring, and then in the meantime, AJ and I can go. Is one of the things we need to do as the road foreman and road commissioner, we need to come up with an estimate to let people know what's it gonna take to bring it up to, you know, class 3 standard, if it
So
is
the-
qualified.
But being the town highway, we have the right to go inspect it without asking permission.
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. We go check roads all the time, and, yeah, there are roads, we maintain them, and we go up and
I'm
ditch 'em
curious
and
where
do
the
it.
hell this road is.
Which one?
What is it called? Not Dunn-
Bundy? Bundy's near,
Mears Road.
oh, okay, Bundy's near Dave Kent.
Yeah, and that's on the Plotsky property.
And I didn't give you Mears.
I got something that says Mears Road.
No, he's just saying on the map he sees it.
Oh, so I would say that's not the
Oh,
road.
so that's not, we're looking at Bundy Road.
Yes,
We're
yep,
looking-
you're looking, in the packet, you're looking at
All right, I know
Olmsted,
where the Bundy Road is. I know
yeah,
where- all right,
Olmsted, Bundy, and Bingham.
Okay, I know where I go.
Okay.
All right.
So then we'll do more then in the spring, so we'll probably go look at a couple others.
Field
At the
trip.
same time. Field trip, yeah. We'll probably end up scheduling it for a day that's not your regular select board meeting, just because by the time we all get there, and then you take testimony from residents, and then they can come back here and have further meeting, and, you know, or maybe we just, you know, that way you can try to stagger them, maybe do them in one night.
Yep.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay.
Okay.
You guys get what we're talking about? Deborah, do you get what we're talking about?
She hung up.
Oh.
She had to go.
Wow.
She
Here
was
we go then.
busy. She was busy.
There's a table sign.
So,
All right, so we tabled that.
yep,
Okay, we don't need to vote on a table?
no.
I didn't think so. Never have before.
Kick it off.
Town managers report, verbal update.
Can't think of anything new. I did give you this, the public right-of-way and you, Introduction to Vermont Highway Law. The Vermont Institute of Government did it. I thought it might be helpful for you guys while you're thinking about, you know, roads and that sort of thing. You understand what your responsibilities are. There's always a lot of contention or misunderstanding around the right-of-way, you know, it's our right-of-way, it's not your right-of-way, it's our right-of-way.
I
So
know.
we do a lot of explaining of that. So I thought this might be helpful to you on the board to read that.
'Cause I
So,
have a right of way.
yeah,
The town has a right of way through my property.
there you go. And so there's usually some misunderstanding around that. So I thought that might be helpful, but
Okay.
other than that, I mean, we just met last week, so I can't think of anything new.
All right, the select board minutes from 9:15, and I mentioned we
Yeah.
needed to add Jesse Plotsky to that because he was on Orca for a minute.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Motion to approve the minutes with the edit of Jesse being in attendance.
All in favor? And other communications are in your packet.
Oh, Ellie, they got the minutes, so are you sending your minutes to Alice?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Yes, it's just that, we tricked you, I guess, in August, because we had to postpone our meeting.
Oh, okay,
And so you looked at our September meeting,
yeah,
but you forgot our August meeting.
I guess, yeah, so, all right, as long as you're sending them to Alice, and she's
Yeah.
usually good about printing them off and throwing them in the
Yeah.
select board
Now
box.
that I have her new
All
email
right.
address,
Excellent.
we're good. We
Oh, good,
linked.
yeah, thank you, yeah, it's because she gets all the meetings agendas, and she throws them in the select board box,
So
so.
she sent me the link thing so that.
Oh, nice, yeah,
So I can.
oh, good, okay, great,
Now
yeah.
that she changed it.
Because I don't keep track, so if
Exactly.
they're not in the select board box, I
Yeah.
wouldn't, I don't go looking for them, I just assume they're
For
there.
a little bit, it was messed up. but
Yeah.
I wasn't, and so she nicely gave me a link so that I can.
Oh, yeah, she's super, super helpful. Well, good, well, thanks, good, so I'm glad you reminded me, so we played catch-up.
Yeah.
All right, any other business to come before the board? All right. One last motion to be made then.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor? All right.